What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more of The Cure and their 1992 album Wish, as well as an indecisive Luca. And the next track in the playlist is Wendy Time. An interesting phrase. My first thought when I looked at it, it was Wendy Time, as if that is a type of time. We're on Wendy Time. But then I thought it could just be time for Wendy. Either way, Wendy, as far as I know, is a female given name. Now, maybe there's some other meaning to it that I'm not privy to or I'm not recalling. Of course, time can be measured in a more formal, quantitative sense, or a time that's a bit more ambiguous or at least more generalized, meaning a phase or a period. So I'm guessing that latter meaning could relate to the time the narrator was with or involved with or was aware of Wendy. So even that, if it's accurate, is very general, and I expect there to be a more specific story on offer. Let's give it a listen. This is The Cure. The song is Wendy Time, and it's from their 1992 album Wish. crazy tune in all respects. I'll try to start sonically. Number one, the crash cymbal on this one, just smashing away and, sort of repeating, and it was a really prominent percussive element. Number two, there were these very electric keyboard chords, like organ-style chords. Those caught my ear. The guitar was funky. I wouldn't call this like funk rock or anything, but definitely the guitar work was more funky than a typical Cure track. And even knowing that this album was going to be a bit more guitar/rock based than a lot of what we've heard previously, this is not what I envisioned or what I thought I would hear. So I enjoyed the surprising kind of funky character to the guitar sonics. I think Robert's vocals on this one are awesome. They're not pained or sad like a lot of his vocals. They're not eccentric or quirky either. They had more force to them. They had a bit more power to them. And he felt like the emotion that came across was defiant or indignant or adamant. So, and I think that may tie into the lyrics, more on that momentarily. But I did enjoy at the end, or like in the last couple minutes, there were one or two moments where he really, belted or, got louder in his vocal delivery. And one at the end, which did have a bit of a eccentricity to it. But again, not like in a quirky, unusual way like we've heard on a couple tunes. So I really enjoyed his vocals, but this one is a bit different than when I've said that in recent Cure reactions. And then we have the lyrics, as much as I follow them, which is minimal, or at the very least, a minority of the lines did I catch clearly. But two things stand out to me. One, there was a part that was something essentially, get away from me, leave me alone, which certainly is standoffish or adamant or defiant. So that struck me. And then, oh God, what was it? There was a part that I was catching near the end, which, it wasn't exactly the same sentiment, but it still felt like it was, drawing a line of separation, or it wasn't sad or melancholy. It wasn't, sympathetic. It felt like it was, again, standoffish. So, of course, now I'm going to forget what the line was. Either way, I'm assuming he's talking to Wendy. I'm assuming that is the person being addressed. But again, if it's, leave me alone, it sounds like there's been some transgression or some harm or action that is leading the narrator to essentially, again, draw that line or to want to recede away from Wendy. So, yeah, again, it's one I'll have to listen to again lyrically, because as I said, I caught a minority of the lines. It is annoying me. There's another line that I wanted to talk about. But yes, talking about the sonics first, that it tends to happen. If I talk about sonics first, I might forget a line or two. If I talk about lyrics first, there'll be a little sonic detail, which I won't recall as I'm doing the outro, and then I'll finish, and either I'll re-listen to it or it'll just come to me naturally. And it's like, oh, but there was that little sonic detail I forgot about. So, yes, I look forward to hearing this song again and trying to digest the lines a little bit more. Obviously, let me know if you have any thematic insight. But yeah, a cool tune and a bit of a surprising one, because as I said, there was a bit of a funky sound, even as it essentially was a rock tune. So definitely one that's less common among their larger discography. Yes, Luca, you are totally fine. You can go right back to sleep. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Peace.